All right, today is Thursday, July 20th, and there is a new blog post that just went out on the Guild Wars 2 website that is worth sharing with everybody and making sure we're all on the same page. So, Relics bring new equipment to Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure. Today, we're excited to share details about one of the upcoming features in Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure that will offer players new opportunities to customize their character's combat prowess, Relics. If you missed last month's announcement, you could still find all the information in our blog on combat, story, and challenge and rewards, or on the official site, and there's links here. So, really quickly here, I want to catch up everyone that might not have seen that previous stuff. So right this second in the game, I'm going to say this in such a way that even brand new players can understand it. This is my gear, and you notice on the gear, there is a thing that says Superior Rune of the Monk. That's this thing right here. Now, these runes say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means that you get those bonuses if you're wearing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 runes of the monk. So I've got, there's 6 armor right here, armor shoulders, chest gloves, pants, and boots. And if you're underwater, your rebreather replaces your hat, so 7 of them would cover all your bases. Now, if you have 6 on, you essentially get all these bonuses right here. But the last one's usually really major. It's usually like a very big deal. Like in PvP, I know many classes like using the Warrior one, which reduces the cooldown of your weapon swap, which is very powerful. Rune of the Traveler is a simple solution to get movement speed if you're missing movement speed on your build, for example. Now, what relics are going to do is this 6-piece bonus is getting ripped off of runes, and they're making a new slot called Relics. So runes will still have just raw stats, and then Relics are going to have this big thing down here. El Trio, thank you for the raid, buddy. So what is going to happen is you will be able to do new levels of customization. You could have the plus healing from Rune of the Monk, but you could have the movement speed from Rune of the Traveler, etc. Sounds pretty cool in theory. And also, if they have new ideas for new relics or new 6-piece bonuses, they could just throw them in, and you can mix and match them with any stat stuff that you want. One of the big concerns that people already had were those who had legendary runes. I myself do, so if I click on this, I can change it to any rune in the game. That's a quality of life that took me months of in-game gameplay to get 6 legendary runes, 7 counting the underwater one, and now I never have to worry about runes again. I can change them all on the fly, but some of that functionality that I worked so hard for is getting taken away. All right, let's continue reading the blog. Designing Relics. During February's studio update, we discussed our commitment to spending our development resources on improving core systems and features of Guild Wars 2. As part of that focus, we identified the Rune system as needing a fresh coat of paint. As they exist now, runes offer attribute increase and a bonus special effect for wearing a complete set of 6. Some rune sets were selected infrequently due to the stats they provided, leaving some interesting bonus effects underutilized. After the expansion's August 22nd release, rune sets will continue to provide the same attribute bonuses they currently do. You will be able to choose a special combat effect by adding a brand new equipment type called a Relic to its own dedicated slot. Separating the attribute choices from the bonus effects provides better flexibility and control in build customization, and we're excited to see the combinations that the community will come up with. This will also allow us to design relics that focus on player interactivity rather than mostly passive bonuses, and this direction is more aligned with our goal for those special effects. Core and expansion relics. Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure will release with 40 core relics and 12 expansion relics. Core relics, which have effects inspired by many of the current rune sets, it makes me a little nervous that it says many and not all, will be available to all players regardless of expansion ownership. Additional core relics will be added over time as part of our ongoing commitment to improving our core game features. Our overarching goal is to offer more viable choices despite fewer overall options. A lot of thunder outside. If I suddenly cut out, it's because Odin's pissed. When the expansion launches, each character of level 60 or above will receive a relic chest to get you started in the new system with a choice of 3 core relics. Exact number subject to change. Additional core relics will not be account bound and can be crafted and shared between players. I'm wondering if they're going to be crafted just by all the same professions that can make like sigils and runes right now. Let's look at an example of a core relic. Please note that the effects of the relic shown may not be final. And then there's a screenshot here, and first of all, we notice in the picture, there's another slot down here. Again, just for the sake of people that are new to the game, there's usually 6 slots down here, backpack, necklace, 2 rings, and 2 accessories. They've added a new one, which is right there, which is apparently the relic slot. Relic of the Zephyrite, in the case of this one, it says summons crystals that apply protection and resolution to all allies after using an elite. Crystal duration scales with the recharge of the used skill with a 30-second cooldown. Okay. Relic of the Zephyrite, summon crystal. Okay, just exactly what I just said. If you have Secrets of the Obscure, you'll be able to acquire expansion relics. While these are not more powerful than core relics, expansion relics allow us to design effects that are more intricate, bold, and thrilling. Yeah, just like how elite specs aren't more powerful. They will be closely tied to the narrative of the expansion, revealing some tidbits for those with a penchant for lore. Expansion relics can be obtained through collections, achievements, or story progression. While you can't trade them, they are available to all characters on your account by visiting an NPC relic vendor after you've unlocked them. Here's an example of an expansion relic. Relic of the Wizard's Tower. After using an elite skill, shield yourself with a projectile reflecting barrier while summoning a wave that pulls enemies towards you. 30-second cooldown. Interesting. I'm very curious what the duration of that reflecting shield is. Relic of the Wizard's Tower, blah, 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 I just said that. Relics of both types will function in PvE, PvP, and World v. World game modes, though some relics will have slight changes in tuning and functionality to better fit competitive environments. After Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure launches, we'll also be adding more relics during our quarterly updates to shake up builds and give players more opportunities to express themselves on the battlefield. I'm already imagining Hyzen coming up with some broken combinations. Legendary runes and relics. Now, this is going to impact very few people. Like just to be completely transparent here, there's a tiny percentage of the player base, the ones that have just been playing for years and years and years, that have 6 or 7 legendary runes. But I'm one of them. This pertains to me, so very curious and reading on. We believe the introduction of relics will allow us for more meaningful choices when building your character. To accomplish this, some functionality of legendary runes will move to the new relic slot. While Legi runes will no longer have the 6-tier bonus effects, which I showed a moment ago, they will retain the attribute swapping flexibility. Legendary relics will be introduced to Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure during one of the quarterly releases in 2024. And just to, as a reminder to people, they said that Secrets of the Obscure is coming out in August of 2023. So that means it could be, a few months, it could be over a year before we see this update. These prestigious relics will offer the convenience of freely swapping between the various relic effects. Players who have already crafted Legi runes will be compensated with significant progress towards unlocking legendary relics. In fact, each of the 7 legendary runes you create will unlock further progress towards these relics. We'll be able to share more details when we are closer to the launch of Legi relics next year. So, let's see. There's only one paragraph left, so I'll finish reading and then I'll share my thoughts. Let the theory... Odin, calm down! Let the theory crafting begin. Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure will give players virtually endless new possibilities for their characters' builds. Independent rune attributes and relic effects are just one way to expand your choices. Don't forget, each profession will also have access to additional weapon combinations. We hope you enjoy this deep dive into the world of relics, and we'll have more expansion info coming soon as we approach the expansion launch on August 22nd. Just a really quick touch on this for anybody who'd missed the news. One, we're getting a thing called Weapon Master, where you can use the elite weapons from your other elite specs, such as a druid who usually just gets staff, being able to use the hammer from Untamed. Also, we are getting new weapons entirely, such as, I believe, Elementalist is getting pistol, Necromancer is getting swords, Ranger is getting maces, and a few other things. So, with that, that is the facts. That is what they've laid out here, and as always, the links will be in the description down below. Don't you hate it when YouTubers don't include the source links down below? I know I do. So, legendary runes and relics. Now, I am one of the folks that has been playing a long time, and I do have legendary runes and relics. Honestly, it's a bitter pill that, I put so much money into this, so I never have to worry about this again. And a big chunk of it's getting, ripped away, and then I'll have the opportunity to buy it back, possibly a year later. Honestly, I don't think that's well implemented. I mean, they're basically taking, I had the ability to change these on the fly at will, and I had the ability to change this on the fly at will. Look, ooh, whoa, oh my god, look, I'm amazing. they're taking away the ability to change that at will and putting it somewhere else, and then I can buy it, build it again like a year later. And you know what? I will, honestly. I've been playing so long, I have the in-game funds to do that. I will build it. I think this was poorly planned out, honestly. That's just my opinion on that. I'm not even going to post this on the forums or anything like that, but I feel like if you had the Leggy rune, you should just get the Leggy Relic, because we literally had that functionality, and it was being taken away, and then we have to craft it again. I think that's kind of silly. However, c'est la vie. I also believe that this Leggy Relic should be available at the launch of Secrets of the Obscure, not sometime in 2024, which is between 1 quarter later or 5 quarters later, depending on how they set it up. So anyway, that's just my opinion on it. It is what it is. I think that, you know, for those of us that have been in the game forever and have the Leggy runes, this kind of sucks short term. Long term, I think this is really cool, because again, like there's so many cool combinations you could do, right? Like, you know, maybe you really liked one of the special effects from one of the 6-piece bonuses, but you didn't like the stats on it, you know, or vice versa. You really like the stats on an item, but the 6-piece bonus just didn't help you out at all. Now you can swap them around. I think that's really neat. I think that's awesome. So yeah, long term, I think this will be really cool. And yeah, I mean, heck, just freaking take Superior Rune of Mercy, 6-piece bonus, slap that on the Rune of the Monk stats, you know? Let's do it. I think that would be awesome long term, but yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I'm sure there will also be some very overpowered combinations. It feels like anytime anything's added to the game, Catalysts find a way to turn it into God mode. So, you know, just to be safe, I think we should nerf Elementalists one more time when Relics come out. But that is the news on Relics. If I missed anything, feel free to put it in the comments section down below. And see you in the next one.